Good evening to each and every one of you in Georgetown, Guyana. Every time I look at the YouTube or hear something about Guyana, sometimes I don't want to comment because it is an embarrassment. I look at a story today where a Guyanese young man called for the arrest of a young Indian woman selling chemical because of the virus. And yes, as a citizen who believes in what he claimed, law and order and justice and equality for all, I will congratulate him underneath the measure that he is what I call a stand-up citizen. But my brother, I have a few questions for you. What the woman doing, according to you, is wrong. Even if she sells something for $3,000 in US, it doesn't matter. The point of the matter is you are not a doctor nor a chemicalist, nor as much as she. None of you don't know what is in the bottle and what is not. I'm not defending the woman. A crime is a crime. And therefore, I like all his statement, being a black brother, standing up for what is truth. But I want to ask you a question. Since you are a citizen and you are a concerned citizen, will you get the same police officers to arrest all the parliamentarians, all the corrupt judges, and the police them that breaking the law? Those are bigger things to worry about. We agree she may break the law, but if it is tested that even if she had methylated spirit in the bottle, whether how much she sell it from people buy, that's their problem. It's a crime. But your country do not have a bloody government. The Constitution was breached from 1966. Mr. Prasad exposed it the other day again, where Barrett Jack deal. Make a clause you have to be in the country 7 years before you run for political office. Ladies and gentlemen, what I'm asking here, I would like to see more arrests. Where are you, my brother, when they kidnapped Anthony Snow from the Supreme Court and a woman by the name of Shamin Mohammed who worked for the courthouse and her drug husband? And I said that, Mr. Ramdat, known as Harshman, who is involved in it, that alleged kill his neighbor in Covent Garden. Let me tell you something. I like your spirit. I want you to join me to make the arrest. Where were you when Snow was locked up? 3 attempts on his life in the jail and the 4 police that beat him. I hope you'll be around and you would not be hiding, because my job has become hard when fools like you know the law, acted on the law, but do not know you're living in a country without law. That is my message. You are like Columbus. You're set to sail. You have no fucking compass. You don't know where you're heading, but you're heading some way. Why don't you join with the rest of the nation to call for the arrest of the corrupt politicians them? 1 month and change have passed, and yet the election vote cannot come out. And you seems to be a stand-up citizen, but you're talking about the woman, whether she's from Bangladesh, Kuwait, wherever, it doesn't matter. She came from a mother womb. And yes, if she's wrong, she's wrong. But if you are so concerned, sir, there are bigger things than that one piece of teeth versus the nation. We have a nation to think about, where the whole election is holding this nation stagnant, and you never know what can happen. Venezuela can invade our country. Suriname can invade our country. Brazil can invade our country. Where will that put you? You make a big thing about it, but your community. And I know you may not like what I, George Correa, telling you here. I won't say you're racial. I like man like you who's openly. Let's join hands together and start calling for the arrest of all the parliamentarians, the corrupt judges, and the police, and all racial people who want to divide the country. I believe if a man thief, shoot him out. If what that woman do is wrong, let's execute her. But when you hold back a country because of your appetite and using the election commissioner, what will you do with them, young man? Tell me. When the police kidnap a young man named Anthony Snow, lock him up, and Ramjatan, the security councilman, says that his investigators say Mr. Snow pled guilty when we have all the documents. Mr. Ramjatan, it is not a nice episode. For what my son went through in that 10 months ordeal and the 4 police beat him, with the colleague that passed the order for the 4 police beat him, a lot of names called, we got it in file. We are calling on the US, Canada, and England and the Caribbean to start denouncing the opposition and the ruling party. Your country is in shambles. You have 2 sons, Ramjatan. Come on, Moses, you got a daughter in Ohio. Do not cross this fucking bridge. I'm telling you. We are all dead people. You could use the corrupt black police because that's how they live by. Criminal activity. And y'all are robbing them. No house for them. No benefit for them. Y'all got them worse than slavery. Every police and army need their own house. I need 100,000 US per family. Every one of them should be counted every civil servant. And you stupid Indian, wake to hell up. Barajak is not your effing friend, nor Nandalal. Guyana belongs to an Amerindian race, followed by the Douglas, the Portuguese, the Chinese. You black people in India have had your chance of 55 years of leadership. You fuck up the country. You banker it up with Burnham. That Trinidad had to write off debt. China without a chunk. Give millions where those money gone. You black people better wake up before it is too late. Do not make that final lines. And let me tell you something. Our country is cursed with the 2 diseases. The African descendant and the Indian descendant. Both of you are treacherous and devious to the land. And you don't understand what is democracy. Guyana is not Africa. And our soldier went into Africa to drove the white man out. And you were right, as you say. What about the Amerindian? You don't have a right in this country? What about the Douglas? They don't have a voice? And when somebody speak out against the politician them, or their friends or family, for the wrong they done, you use the fucking court with them, non-judges, corrupt judges, magistrates, to lock them up. We got a list of you. We got a list of names. Peter, who take my money for a case, never had it. Dolly Sukdio, you have a lot to answer for. Harry, don't worry. And Lance and George Pompey, I hope y'all are listening. I need letters to show how many times y'all went to court, what y'all do. My case was tried by the door. So you, my brother, who want to be the Django, I don't blame you. But you got to join hands now. Don't only lock up the Indian woman. There's no law. The country is lawless. How can the police put the woman in the vehicle? But Bharat, Mr. Granger, and all of them are still arguing and nothing coming out. When a whole nation election is floating in the air. What's the matter with y'all? And I want y'all to know, not only y'all could kill it, it's only that y'all going to start it. So I beg of y'all, don't disappear nobody family. Don't kill them, because we will not tolerate accident, disappearance, committing suicide. Let it be known, whatever method you all use, shall and will be used against you and your children. It's a warning. It's not a threat. I love Guyana. You two race are holding it back. The PPP is not you Indian people friends. They don't care for you. And you, the black man, don't take those politicians because the black are your friends. Only colleagues. It's a pack of syndicate. The biggest thief in the country are the Indians. The most corrupt people are the Indians. And you, the couple blacks, who take lead up because you want your money and you don't care. Your days are coming by the will of God. Some of you might die before the end of this month. Who knows? I call upon all of you to do what is right. And the election commissioner, declare a winner. If you have to declare David, declare him the winner. Let us see what will happen. Because we cannot go on like this without a government. And I call upon the ignorant black man and stupid Indian. Unite. It is your future, your children's future is crossroad here. Let's bring about justice for everyone. Let's share love and unite together and make Guyana the paradise so the African descendant and the Indian descendant can be proud of what they have thrown away, turn something great. Out of nothing comes something great. Or y'all are not ashamed? Wake the fuck up. Y'all are destroying your nation and the country, man. Wake up. That's all in my message for y'all, man. Come on. So I'm saying it here today. We do not have a courthouse nor a government. And if the opposition and the ruling party got problem, it shouldn't be the ruling party still govern the country. It should be an interim government. So I call upon all the small party to come together and get Mr. Schumer with you and let's talk. All right? And from there we will have a good thing. But I have a message for a lot of you. Don't make the fucking mistake. If not, start speaking Spanish and Portuguese. It won't be nice. It's not a threat. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Always remember that word. Have a good night.